Hi y'all, this is PJ again. Today I'm just going to talk briefly about some of the other places associated with Abe no Seimei. So these are not the ones that I have visited so far, and most of them are out of my range, but I thought I'd at least mention them, so if you're interested you can look them up. The first one's right here in the Kansai, and I intend to see it as soon as I get an opportunity. There's one in Izumi, I think is it Shinoda no Mori Kuzuha Inari Jinja, and that's devoted to his mother. Outside of the Kansai, there are quite a few other shrines that are connected to Seimei. There's one in Nagoya, and because supposedly he lived in Nagoya around 987 for 2 or 3 years. I'm not sure how factual that might be. There's one in Shizuoka, Sui Jingu, where supposedly he stopped to pray. There's also one in Semizuka, about 1000 CE. He supposedly stopped there to pray to protect people from an oncoming tsunami. In Tokyo itself, there is a shrine called Taisha Ishi Kumano Jinja, and again, supposedly Seimei visited there, and around 1000 CE stopped to pray for protection against an oncoming storm. And finally, there's one in Fukui called Seimei Jinja itself, supposedly where he stopped to study astronomy, again, which was really astrology at this point. But anyway, that area was a port city, and that's often where there was a connection between China. Both trade and information-seeking missions left from this part, which is now Suruga-shi, left for China and returned from this point. How true any of these shrines claim to Seimei is questionable, but it just goes to show you how important he is to the legends, to the mythology of Heian Japan. He really is the Merlin of Japan, and you can see why he is so important. In ancient literature, as far back as the Heike Monogatari, Seimei has been mentioned, but it's not really until the modern times that the figure has taken on the kind of role that he has today. I think that started as far back as, I think, 84, 85, when the author Aramata Hiroshi included him in a fantasy historical fiction book. And then a few years later, Yamakura Baku, that's it, wrote a series of novels about onmyōji, and many of those storylines about Seimei are the ones that later on were used in manga and anime. Been portrayed, and in the ancient literature, Seimei was usually an older man, but in modern work, he's a younger man, or even a bishonen, young, good-looking male. But in some pieces, he's a child. In some pieces, he's even a woman. So authors have taken a lot of creative license and used the idea of Seimei more than the historical or even ancient literature would suggest. But it does go to show you how powerful the idea of the character is, and how much of an archetype he is, possibly. Even today, in manga, in anime, in movies, which I will cover in a later video, I'm thinking of the movie onmyōji and its sequel. I'm thinking of the manga that are still very popular. And also I'm thinking of Japan's #1 figure skater, Hanyu Yuzuru, whose free skate is modeled after Seimei from the movie onmyōji. So you can see even today he is part of the zeitgeist, or the cultural mythology of Japan. He really is an interesting figure, and I hope you found these videos insightful. Anyway, Kansai PJ signing out for now. Thank you for watching. At least one more, maybe 2 more to come, but it's going to be a while. I need a break. Kansai PJ checking out.